Zen fam, time for a palate cleanser after the last video. I want to involve you in something, either in the comments or better yet, make a short in response, and if I get a bunch of shorts in response, I will compile them all together, capture them, and put them out as a video as a follow-up to this video. You see, a while ago, Alana Pierce, who I spoke of in the last video, said something very interesting. A woman came to her in her comments section. I think it might be on Twitter or something. Anyway, a woman came to her on an online forum and said, "Why are you spending $300 on a statue of Batman? Why do you spend huge amounts of money on video games?" To which her response was, "Why do you spend, or presumably spend, $300 on a dress, or $300 on an expensive piece of jewellery, or makeup, or whatever?" The fact of the matter is, Alana Pierce, she spends her money on video games and video game accessories, sound like Hank Hill, because it makes her feel good. It's pleasurable to buy things of stuff that you like. And this got me to thinking, in gaming, whenever we're attacked by non-gamers, we always go to gaming is the world's biggest entertainment industry. We always go to about how it's not passive like watching TV or soaps or whatever. You're actually involved in the video game. You are part of the narrative. We always go with a purely logical argument. And by and large, we humans, we're not a logical bunch now, are we? No! So, I think it's time we come with an emotional argument. And by that I mean, what is it that makes games feel good? Because people always talk about how sport makes them feel. They feel senses of togetherness and stuff, and they're all rooting behind one team or whatever, or they're with a whole bunch of people that are into what they're into, which is no different to gamers. You know, we are united in a thing together, and we're doing it together as well. But what I want to get from you guys is, what is it in gaming? It could be one thing. It doesn't have to be a bunch of things. It could be a bunch of things if you think they are. If it's a bunch of things, then put that in the comment. But if it's like one particular thing, the top crowning happy place for you in video games, especially in the playing of them, then please do respond with that short so then I can make that compilation video. For me, I think one of the most satisfying, edifying, emotionally resonant and pleasing things in a video game is when you get into the flow state. When you're no longer just playing the video game and thinking about the moves and planning what to do, when the whole thing becomes second nature, where the fingers almost just guide themselves. You're not thinking, right, I have to press R2 to make this happen. I have to watch what these soldiers do to can attack this particular position. The bullet reacts in this particular way. The sound reacts in this particular way. The enemy AI reacts in this particular way. Whatever it is, once you reach a point where everything works without you thinking about it, when it just happens naturally, when it's like breathing, yeah, that's when gaming for me is at its highest point, when it's at its most satisfying. When you in the game you aren't locked against the game, you are playing the game and you're trying to beat the game, but when you are, to want of a better term, part of it. The game truly comes alive when, as you're playing the game, you don't think, you just are. You're a gamer when the game has its own life, and that life that it has exists because of you. And you're existing in that space in a completely natural way. Like, you're skipping across the landscape, you're using weapons, you're using skills, you're reacting without the need to think about reacting. You're reacting naturally to the situation presented to you, and everything just happens. And it's just completely natural. There's nothing forced. Everything just works. Everything just flows. That's the only thing I can really call it, the flow state. I mean, we all think about when we got our flow, you know, when you're dancing or when you're doing a particular task and you've done the task a bunch of times and you found the best way to do it, and you're just like, yeah, this is the apex of what I'm doing. So when you reach the apex of the performance of a video game and making it happen in all the best ways, and everything's just going right and everything just works, and yeah, it's hard to put it into words properly, and I'm really trying. But when the game is just less of a game and more of a emotionally satisfying, smooth experience that you are part of but also actively making happen, I don't know if that can be topped in entertainment. You can enjoy a movie, you can enjoy a book, you can enjoy an album, you can read a website and really enjoy what you're seeing there or whatever. But I think when it comes to gaming, the idea that like you can get to such a place where you no longer think, you just do, and it's fun as well it can be enormously satisfying because everything just works. Yeah. That, my friends, that is gaming, and that is what I find satisfying in gaming. Similar to like when you're overpowered and you've worked hard to become overpowered and everything just flows. It's similar to that, but it's better than that because it's what you've done, it's what you've made, it's what you've become. And you and the game are meshed together. That's why, you know, we gamers will sometimes end up sitting there till like 5, 6 in the morning because we're in this state and we don't want to leave it because the state itself is quite lovely and hugely positive and deeply rewarding. So that hopefully if you're a non-gamer and you've come across this video, maybe you'll understand your gaming friends and family a wee bit more. We don't play because we're addicted. We play because we love it, because we enjoy it. And we buy t-shirts and mugs and posters and video games and plushies of the entertainment properties that we love and have become invested in, both emotionally and financially, because that's what games do. They seep into everything. Not to mention that video games are also great because they increase hand-eye coordination and problem solving. but because they are just emotionally satisfying. So please, not just in the comments, typey down below, let the envelope know, but make a video, respond, give me that thing for you that you find to be satisfying emotionally. Give a human reason, not a business reason, a human response as to why gaming for you is awesome and why gaming is tippity top. I'll leave you on that thought, guys. Hashtag support Scottish YouTubers, and of course, as always, nae bother.